Well, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to 10 Minutes with Kutle. And yep, the news everywhere has actually been regards to Floyd Shivambu. Floyd Shivambu has, uh, he could probably be the prodigal son of our times. Um, yeah, which is an interesting thing to insinuate. But nonetheless, Floyd Shivambu has found himself in a rough patch. Floyd Shivambu has basically been given, you are fired, but not really fired, type of treatment, as in, yes, he's actually on his way out of Umkhonto weSizwe. But this is South African politics. You don't just get kicked out immediately. There's a process to being kicked out. You go through those loops, channels, and wherever it goes through. Now, the interesting thing is Floyd Shivambu's press statement yesterday was a sight for sore eyes. And I think, let me actually play it for you so that you can see it for yourself and make up what do you actually think. So, let me just share my screen so that you can see what I am watching. Okay, there we go. Now, I'm just going to have to get the right spot for you. By the way, please just hold on a sec. I want to give you the accurate information. I think we can start here.
I want to take this opportunity to thank the President, Jacob Gelekisa Zuma, and leadership of Umkhonto weSizwe and the membership for having assigned me a very important role to become a national organizer and then Secretary General. I want to confirm that the national officials have taken a decision which I fully accept as a disciplined member of Umkhonto weSizwe. We have been redeployed to the National Assembly and will continue to play the role of advancing the agenda and program of Umkhonto weSizwe. It has been an invaluable roles that we have played and a humbling experience that we have been assigned by the President. I want to thank him for leading the program of unification of all the progressive forces in South Africa. That is the agenda that we're going to continue to pursue. I think that will clarify the issues that pertains to this. And on behalf of myself and everyone else who is involved, we want to regret that the decision in terms of the visit to Malawi was not consistent with the constitution of Umkhonto weSizwe, as is reflected in the statement. And we fully accept the new responsibility. Will continue to play a role and build the organization towards the 2026 local government elections and towards the two-thirds majority victory in the 2029 general elections. Thank you very much, Comrade President. We really appreciate the role that you have played us. And
let me just pause this. Yeah. So you've heard it from Floyd Shivambu that they are still working on some belief of a 2/3 majority that they might get, but leave the 2/3 majority because this video has actually got nothing to do with MK and 2/3 majority, even though that is, just ludicrous. So, in Floyd's infinite wisdom, he took a trip to Malawi. And if you watched my earlier episode that I actually did, I touched on this trip and I touched on how this is actually not the issue. The issue is a lie. The issue is more on the spat that he had with Duduzile. Now, I've met Floyd before. For those that don't know, I've been in politics before I left Action SA. Yeah, I've been through all levels, and story for another day. I've met Floyd, I think, 3 times before. I've met him twice in Mkhonto, actually 4 times. I've met him twice in Mkhonto Sizwe and twice in the EFF. And throughout all these 4 occasions, one thing that I got to notice about Floyd was he is a very, very authoritative man. He's a man that carries authority. He's a man that cannot be told what or what not to do, you know. As in, he might not be the leader, but he controls the leader. So there's something called peri power, right? Go and read the 48 laws of power. It basically speaks about you seeming like you're in power while you're not in power. It's like peri victory. It seems like you've won, but you have not won, in actual fact. And that is where Floyd is. It's actually where he is. So in the EFF, Floyd used to pull the strings. Floyd used to control Julius Malema. Floyd used to tell Malema that this is the strategy, this is what we're going to do. He was a key component of the EFF. Now, in Umkhonto Sizwe, he came with that same mindset. That's the issue. It's not understanding the dynamics of the party, that the dynamics of the party have dramatically changed. In the EFF, it was a Marxist, Fanonist, go on and on and on. And mind you, please do check out my good friend Mike Sham's podcast, The Political Insight Instead of the Nation. You've also seen me there a couple of times, and I'm still there, but we'll be back soon. But that's besides the point. But he just makes such a good point on the Marxist Fanonist part of the EFF that Floyd tried to bring over to Umkhonto Sizwe. Now, Umkhonto Sizwe was a party that, I'll be honest, Zulu people, they don't really give a damn about Marxism and Fenonianism and all sorts. That's one of the reasons that EFF actually failed in KZN. The big reason is Julius Malema, or CIC, actually has dictator-like tendencies. And I'm digressing from the main point being Floyd, but this is important for context. He's got dictator-like tendencies, which he's tried to bring to KZN, where you tell people, you will buy a pack, you will do 1, 2, 3, X, Y, Z. And these councillors in KZN actually refused and said, hell no, go away. And this is what I heard from the grapevine, by the way. After a day, Julius Malema fires all the councillors into Newcastle, just fires the whole caucus and brings in bunch of people from other parts of the country, which anger the KZN support, which is why they didn't vote, which goes back to Floyd Shivambu. And I'm going to link Julius and Floyd Shivambu together. Shivambu becomes the guy that actually doesn't bring in Zulu people, but brings in people from right across different spectrums, which is not a bad idea, but doesn't work for a party that is KZN based and a party that largely relies on the KZN support to be as dominant as it is. Now, moving on to why I mentioned that Floyd is begging Malema, you can see in the man's demeanor that he is not going to be in the EFF. I mean, in Umkhonto Sizwe for a long time. We've seen this in the EFF where he seemed like he was sturdy, but he eventually left. Now, let me share the video of Julius Malema's response, or Julius Malema reacting to Floyd Shivambu. So, here we go. There we go.
I don't work with Floyd anyway. Parliament or soccer match or anything. I don't work with Floyd. I'm following the Floyd. So I'm not getting involved. I have to be here. So it's not a problem. We are in Parliament. We are working in Parliament. And that's it. When it comes to Parliament, you find us rolling. The Parliament now is run by young boys. Young people are running that thing. And if it comes and thinks he can impose himself on them, they will regulate for him. So you can be rest assured he will not do anything that can undermine the superior logic of the EFF in that parliament.
But thank you very much.
So I hope you understand what I mean when I said that Julius Malema actually highlights a couple of things. He starts off by speaking in Zulu before we go too deep. He speaks in Zulu, which is basically mocking Floyd, because Floyd comes from Umkhonto we which is a Zulu traditionalist party. He goes on to say Ayakwini, basically saying, where was he going type of a thing, basically mocking the whole move that of Floyd going to Umkhonto. Now, Julius actually agrees with what I'm saying when I say that Floyd is a dictator-like or authoritative person. As in, he says Floyd must not come with his tendencies of thinking that he will tell people what to do. There are young boys there who are running parliament. I've seen this firsthand, and Floyd is going to struggle in that caucus. That caucus has got many robust people, and it's going to be interesting to see how Floyd balances out, especially being an ordinary member of parliament. He's not going to be a chief whip because Colleen Makubella's got that position. He's not going to be the leader of the official opposition because judge accused, or the only judge to be removed in South Africa, John Hlophe is leading them. So yeah, that's what's happening in South African politics, guys. These are the people that you voted for. I hope you love them, and I hope you believe that they can fight for you. Till next time, bye.